Hutchins, Mark Hensley again. How are you? Hey, I'm not doing so bad myself, but I realize I got 53 days to find housing, and that I'm probably my biggest problem, if that makes sense. Everything nowadays is through Facebook Marketplace, and the problem that I have is I have put my opinion out there rather boldly on Facebook, right? So I message these people, and the first thing they do is reference my Facebook page, which demonstrates that I'm an opinionated individual, and I need to find ways around myself, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping to speak with somebody from HUD-VASH, and I know this is going to sound stupid, but I could just do it on my phone. Could you give me the phone number so I can contact them directly? Okay. Why am I not in HUD-VASH right now? So what you're saying is I'm not in the local HUD-VASH, but I am in HUD-VASH. I'm just trying to port a voucher, and that would be infinitely easier if they would assist in that process, and they can talk to the HUD-VASH department in Reno. But it's not that. So just say reach out to the HUD-VASH in Klamath Falls because they're not interested in assisting me unless you speak to them first, which is odd. Well, so I'm already with SSVF, and my 60-day clock is ticking down to 53 days right now. I'm acting with urgency. I don't know why I can't notify HUD-VASH that I'm wanting to be in the program here. So I need to go through a gatekeeper to get to a service that I've already earned. Doesn't that sound, a bit offensive and unnecessary to you? Why would a veteran need to go through a civil service to get a referral to veteran services? Yeah, because that's how things are done. Hey, I'm just looking for assistance from the VA. I think I've earned it. They tell me that I have, and then I find the barriers to entry to be very difficult to overcome. And I don't understand that when they say that their number one priority is to house homeless veterans. No, I understand, and you've been nothing but fantastic. But you presenting all the barriers to entry, or all the barriers that are put up just for you to help a veteran. I had to get special permission to give you my phone number. You have to, go through this outside agency to get to the inside agency, and these are all barriers to entry. What's that? Things are not the way they should be. So because things are not the way they should be, I understand that I need to game it, right? And in order to game it, I understand that I can't do this alone. So I also understand that my emergency is not other people's emergencies, and things don't go on the timeline that I'm interested in. But because I've already engaged this current system, my clock is ticking, and I unfortunately have to rely on other people as well that don't have the same degree of urgency that I have. So I'm trying to motivate people in the proper channels, and I even find that to be terribly difficult. No, I haven't spoken to them about that at all. I didn't know it was necessary to involve prior, you know, officials with. Okay, but you understand that I have sufficient income to house myself, but I need assistance in bridging communication. So I'm not hugely concerned about porting that voucher, especially because the vast majority of rentals up here don't accept it. So that's not a huge priority of mine. What is assistance in bridging the communication between the landlord and myself, and the HUD-VASH team up here locally should be able to support and facilitate that. But you're telling me that I can't even speak to them unless I speak to, a HUD-VASH, representative in a different state, so I can talk to a HUD-VASH representative in the state in which I'm currently residing. Oh, I thought you did. I thought you said that I have to have my HUD-VASH case manager from Reno call the HUD-VASH case managers in Klamath, otherwise Klamath won't speak to me. Okay. I'm not hugely concerned about porting my voucher, sir. I can afford rent up here on my own. I just need assistance with communication. Well, I hope that not to be the case. And fortunately enough, the VA down there did not have communication with your system up here, which is fine by me. But, I need to speak to somebody, and I need to advocate for myself. And once again, I find the barriers to entry to be difficult. You're telling me that you can't even give me the phone number to the people charged with assisting me, and I don't understand why. Can you give me the address and I'll go there? Oh, who is? Well, I'm in the HUD-VASH program. It's just, my vehicle broke down in this town, and I have to house myself and then save up for a new vehicle. So I'm reaching out to the local VA, which was you, and you said that you would assist me in speaking to the HUD-VASH department. That hasn't happened yet, and I'm just staying consistent. Well, no, I haven't spoken to him, and I didn't get any feedback on this until I'm speaking to you now. I'm just letting you know that, I'm a pretty persistent guy. Well, yeah, so you've spoken to them, but they haven't reached out to me at all. And I am. Okay. So now that I've done that, what's the next step? So, from what I've understood from talking to other veterans in this area, SSVF will put you up in a hotel for 60 days while you find your own housing, and they will not assist in that, which is fine. That's why, I got housed, 7 days, 8 days ago at this point. So, clock is ticking. I've been, I've applied for 5 different places at this point. I've only got response from one, and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. So I want to know what the VA wants from me so I can qualify for the programs that I qualify for. Oh, I do qualify for the HUD-VASH program. That's how, I have a voucher down in Reno. But I understand the complexities of trying to move those qualifications up here, and I believe that it would be difficult to house myself within the required time frame. So what I'm doing is I'm being self-sufficient, and we don't have to worry about the bureaucratic red tape because yeah, yeah, it is helpful. It is helpful. So the only thing I'm trying to do is motivate these other individuals that are charged with helping homeless veterans to give me a hand, because it seems that I can't house myself, and I need assistance with that. Finances aren't a concern. However, my disability is, my federally recognized disability is. And because I have a registered service animal, sometimes this can be a little bit more difficult for me, even though my rights are protected under the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990. Sometimes, landlords just need to be reassured from an outside body. And I have all the documentation to back this up. So, I just need the assistance. Well, basically, I need somebody to contact one of these landlords and say, hey, we have a veteran with a bit of a unique situation. I'd appreciate it if you would give him a phone interview or even meet with him in person. I'm the nicest guy in the world, and I just need, housing to where I can safely isolate myself, because if I'm forced to, out in the general public, then sometimes there's confrontations because people don't understand me. And I'm not shy with, advocating for myself. And people generally don't care for that nature in another human being. So I'm hoping that I can find another advocate so they can advocate for me with a little bit more diplomacy if necessary. Do you want to call them and tell them to give me a call? Because as I told you, I try to engage the programs, and the programs aren't necessarily set up for engagement. They're set up for pacification. And then after the time frame expires, then you just get returned to the same situation that you. Who's my case manager? His name's Zach. Yeah. He's a younger African American guy. He said he's relatively new to it, and most of the SSVF case managers carry a caseload of 40 clients. He said he has a caseload of 20 clients, and I've left, I think, 3 messages with him thus far that have gone unreturned, but it's not for lack of effort on my part, sir. You know what I think I'm gonna do? Yeah, yeah. That might be necessary. The problem that I have with property management, corporations in general, is they tend to have the same psychopathic or sociopathic nature as corporations do. So they're looking for the easiest fit, and I'm not necessarily the easiest fit, but that doesn't mean that I should be discarded from society. So because of my unique situation, I do require a degree of care that others don't, but in general, I'm a worthwhile investment. Don't we all? Don't we all? But from what I understand, the VA is pretty big, and I know the federal budget for it allots for it. But then, as you pointed out, they compartmentalize themselves and make it very difficult to access these benefits that are in the budget. So I understand the vast majority of people don't self-advocate and just, go away when they, come in, or encounter difficulties. I'm the type of guy that doesn't understand why the difficulty is there. So I do my best to navigate that situation and overcome it. Okay. Well, so what I'll do is, this morning, because they're not returning my calls, I'll just walk over to the SSVF office and see if I can put a bit of a burr under their spine saddle, because the supervisor that made this uh, hotel happen for me instantaneously, might be able to assist me a little further. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I think that's probably best, because I need to put as many irons in the fire as I can, so I can get one working. That would be absolutely perfect for me, sir. Okay. Okay. So I will get on that as well. And as I said, I'm also going to walk over to the SSVF this morning, and probably won't get there until this afternoon, but that's fine. And then at 5 o'clock, 5 to 7 tonight, there is a food bank opportunity, which happens the last Tuesday of the month. This is Tuesday, correct? So between 5 and 7 tonight, I'm going to take care of my nutritional needs. And as I stated, I get paid at 10 p.m. on the second. I don't know how many days away that is. Everything's closed here by 10 p.m., but at least I'll have money in my bank. I called my bank yesterday and told them that this vehicle isn't worth repairing, and this is the situation. And they once again said that they would call me back. Nobody ever calls me back, because I'm pretty good at advocating for myself, and when they realize that they're in the wrong with situations, the best way to handle that is not handling that. And then everybody tells you you can sue us, but I'm not, stupid. I can't sue you. It's going to take 4 years and money that I don't have, so I just have to go about my life. Yes, sir. That is I. All right. I will try to limit my calls to you, but honestly, you're my only point of contact that picks up the phone, and others don't even return messages. So that's why you might perceive a little undercurrent of frustration, but it certainly is not with you. No, I get that. You've answered every time for me, and you've always offered me a resource that ultimately has come through. So I know that this isn't your exact job, and you'll have to forgive me for utilizing your competency, but you seem to be the only one displaying it. Well, I would like for that to happen. I hope that works. But once again, you've already given me more than anybody. So I certainly don't want to lean on you hard enough that you resent that. But it is your fault that you seem to be a competent resource. Yeah, yeah. Damn it. Okay. Well, I'll get on this other stuff that we just discussed, and as I said, I'll try to keep my contact with you limited only to necessities. But I'm afraid I'm a bit needy right now until I solve these problems. All right. Appreciate you, sir. Bye now.